DefSec 2022 podcast presented by Cisco. Today is a conversation around workforce development, and I can tell you there's one theme in this room, and that is the search for talent. We're certainly excited to have our next guest in conversation. Kate, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Thank you. So I'm Kate Ward. I'm Head of Early Careers at the Marshall Skills Academy. So we're part of the Marshall Group of companies, headquartered in the UK in Cambridge, but we have operations in Canada, in British Columbia, Ottawa and New Brunswick.
So where are you from, Kate? Are you from this part of the world?
No, I'm not. You can probably tell by the accent. No, you can't. I could pretend to be Canadian. No, I am from the UK, so just outside London, but I live in Cambridge, which is a beautiful part of the world. You should come over, you should visit.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about what you offer. What does Marshall offer in this space?
So Marshall Skills Academy, we specialise in apprenticeships, earn as you learn programmes and technical training. So we've been doing it for over 100 years and delivered 20,000 apprentices into the UK market in that time. So we know a little bit about developing talent and getting them into industry. We specialise a lot in aviation in the UK, but manufacturing and engineering, which is what we're bringing over to New Brunswick.
So this is is it an academic institution,
Yeah.
or so? Okay.
Yeah.
So what programs, and specifically, how many different types of programs would you offer?
So within the UK, we specialise in more apprenticeships, so in aviation maintenance and engineering operations. Over in New Brunswick, we're looking at earn as you learn programs within manufacturing. So manufacturing essentials, advanced manufacturing, bachelors of applied technology in industrial, and masters in systems engineering.
Wow.
So we're partnering with NBCC and UMB St John to create some innovative programs that Canada hasn't seen before.
Right. So that was, I guess, that's a great segue into my next question. You are partnering with Canadian academic institutions?
Absolutely, yeah. We have a hell of a lot of respect for the Canadian education system and how things are done over here. We didn't want to come over and say that we, would deliver all of the education. We wanted to find people who were like us that wanted to do something different, and NBCC and UMB St John are just kindred spirits. They understand what we're trying to do and really want to partner to create something new and different.
So are you on the hunt for more partnerships like that, or are you settled with these?
So we're starting off in New Brunswick. We're doing a pilot program launching next year in 2023. We're looking for pilot partners, employers. So a big part of the program is being employed first before you are educated, so you earn as you learn. So we're looking for pilot partners in New Brunswick, and then potentially, yes, we could expand into other provinces and to look for other partners in education as well.
So let's go back. I'm sorry, Jerry.
I like that earn as you learn.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to pick
We have
up on.
a co-op program. I'm from St. John's, Newfoundland, but that earn as you learn is easy to remember. I like it.
No, that's a great approach, right? So is there a lot of uptake on that?
Also, we've just brought it over, so it's literally this hot off the press. So we're launching next year. We're going out to companies to talk about what we're doing and trying to find partners. In Canada, it's not very common. The co-op programs are amazing, and there'll always be a place for those. But with Earn As You Learn, we do an 80-20 model. So 80% working, 20% learning. So you're integrating it day in, day out. You don't do some learning and then work and then learn. You do it fully integrated all the time. So 4 days a week working, 1 day a week learning.
And how many people do you have enrolled in the program now?
Well, it hasn't started yet.
It hasn't started?
Yeah, so September next year is our first intake.
Right.
So we will be looking for 30 to join our Advanced Manufacturing Diploma program in New Brunswick.
So a lot of work's been gone into this over the last, 2, 3, 4 years?
Well, so we moved quite fast. We started exploring in November 2021, and we are looking to launch next year. So
We understand that, don't we?
100%. And what does the ideal student look like for you?
So we're actually looking for a variety of of different people. So high school students are part of our demographic that we are targeting to come into the industry. You should start people young to get them interested in manufacturing and engineering. But we're also looking for career changers, those that are typically underrepresented in the industry.
Right.
So definitely looking for more women to enter in. I want to engage with those from Indigenous communities and looking at those that typically might not think about these kind of roles.
Fantastic. So if I were a person in career transition, or if I were a young person looking at this now, how would I best engage you to get this ball rolling?
So we will be going out to market early next year. So we'll be marketing the programs, we'll be going to local high schools, so they can reach out to me directly at this point because we're not quite out in the market yet. But yeah, we're looking to hear from people who don't want to choose between do I work or do I educate myself. It shouldn't be a choice. You should be able to do both and not compromise your standard of living to change careers or develop in something else.
Right. Now, I think you're a member of Acada, are you?
Yes.
Now, how's that membership going for you?
Oh, it's amazing. The support that we get is incredible. When we came over to start talking about what we were looking to do, we've had full support. We delivered a webinar last week. We've been connected with so many great companies. So we're so grateful for everything that's come through that membership.
Kate, I got to ask you this. Why Canada? What is it about Canada that has brought you guys here?
We just love Canada. So we have our Marshall business in Canada. We have an incredible managing director and team over here, and we just opened a new facility in Moncton in New Brunswick, and we thought, well, we need to train our people for the business. We train our own in the UK, so why don't we do the same over here? And when we started talking about the programs, people got really excited and were interested. We get approached by a lot of people, so yeah, we thought it was the best place to be. And you have Tim Hortons, right? So
well, I'm going to say this, my wife's a teacher. I have an enormous amount of respect for anyone or any organization that helps improve knowledge. So just a wonderful conversation.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I guess my final question to you would be, what do you think of DefSec so far?
It's been, so I'm quite new to defence and aerospace. I've been in lots of different industries over the last 10 years. I just love learning about everything, just going to the different stores, and everyone's so passionate about what they do. And actually the need for talent and the skills gap is a conversation that people want to have, which is incredible. So yeah, I think we're all kind of looking at the same thing, and the networking opportunities are great, and lots of people like to go out and socialise, which is also quite nice. But yeah, it's been a fantastic show, and I'll be here next year too.
Great. Well, I can tell you, what a perfect conversation on day 2 of the DefSec podcast presented by Cisco, all focused on workforce development. Kate, we wish you much success in Canada. Marshall's had great success in Canada already. This new addition, I think, is going to be a wonderful piece of the ecosystem. So thank you very much.
And I just want to add that we're looking to replace ourselves. Maybe you could be our UK correspondent.
Wow, I'm not sure about that. I talk quite fast, so hopefully everyone can keep up.
Well, you should visit Newfoundland.